How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? McClever Thoughts podcast with Punchie man. Hope everybody having a wonderful weekend today and filled with just relaxation. Just hope you just had a wonderful time. Eating some good food. Y'all a lot of y'all women like that seafood. I hope y'all had y'all seafood balls this weekend. I hope y'all getting that good Sunday meal in right now. You know, those were the days when we was jitterbugs eating them Sunday meals, man. The cornbread, that macaroni and cheese, that baked chicken, black eyed peas with that Kool-Aid. I had a cousin, man. We couldn't even drink our Kool-Aid until after we finished our food, man. That's just how, strict she was about eating that food, man. Should we get that food ate, man, and before we drunk all that Kool-Aid, man, because her whole mindset was if y'all drink all that Kool-Aid, y'all ain't gonna want to eat no more. So, yeah, man, I remember those days, man. What I want to talk about today is something that I've been hearing over the past week is about this pick me movement with women, like the pick me movement, and it was just so interesting to me because I was like, where did this come from? This pick me movement. So I had to do my little digging into it, and it's basically like women saying that other women trying to make men choose them. Like they basically doing whatever it take to get a man, and it's almost like it's this feminist movement going on. Like women versus women. You know what I'm saying? You got the women who are literally saying, hell no, we won't go. We not gonna do whatever it take to be with a man. And then you got this other group of women saying, we supposed to be submissive and we supposed to, cater to our man. And so it's basically like two group of, I guess, women. And a lot of it came from when I was watching the mother from the Cosby Show, Miss Rashad, and she was basically talking about how women back in the day, dressed with more modesty. They had more, coverage in their clothing, as to women now are more revealing and more expressive. And she's basically saying that, men, and I think she was, pertaining to a certain man, and I think she's talking about a more high value man. He's not looking for the ratchet to spend the rest of his life with. It's one thing to have fun, but it's another thing when it comes down to representation. And when he look at that woman, he's looking at a woman with quality, a woman that represents herself well, that leads by example, a woman that's honorable, a woman that has self-dignity and self-respect. That's a woman that would represent a high-value man, because those are the qualities that most high-value men have. And I'm pretty sure when you look at growth, you look at compatibility. So I would think a high-value man, especially when he talk about what represents him, what he wants in his life, what he wants on his shoulder, that's gonna be a woman that he doesn't have to worry about, a woman that he doesn't have to associate her with distrust, or a woman that doesn't have to stereotype her with ratchetness. Just being honest with it. So I think Miss Rashad was basically speaking on the behalf of men of quality want a woman of quality. They're not looking for the woman that they got to worry about and saying, okay, I know you're a project, so I'm gonna just, take my time with you, and we're gonna work out our little hiccups as the relationship go. He's not looking for that woman. And I'll be honest with you, the older I get, I'm not looking for the woman that I have to be more patient with. I'm not looking for the woman that I have to be coaching or molding. No, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for the woman that's at a point in her life where she understands who she is. She knows the direction she's going in, and her whole objective is to build a union with me. or whoever the man that she desires to be her significant other. That's a woman that's literally coming in, understanding herself. She understands, her shortcomings. She also understands, the areas that she prevail in, and she's aware of those things. She's conscious of those things, and she's constantly, interacting with those things on a daily basis, because her objective is, I want to be able to grow with my significant others. So if I'm not aware of the things that I'm doing, if I just let those things just take place in my life, it's gonna be a possibility that our relationship won't, won't grow. Another thing I seen with the pick me movement was, I was looking at a post, and this young lady was saying that baby mamas are more valuable than wives. And it's like, don't you know some baby mamas are literally made out of one night stands? Don't you know some baby mamas are, made out of literally just flings? So you mean to tell me a woman that I cherish, a woman that I made certain changes for in life, the woman that, helped me see myself, the woman that literally brought the best out of me, you think I should see my baby mama, who I don't love, never love, I just was having intimacy with, should be more valued than my wife, the woman that I literally, truly love? And when I was listening to that, I was like, that's not right. She don't know what she talking about. I guess she was trying to just give encouragement to the the baby mamas, but in most cases, baby mamas are just that, baby mamas. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Baby mamas are just a thing. They're not, a lot of baby mamas are not valued to the degree of where a man wanna be seen with her every day, wanna be around her all the time, wanna talk to her all the time. That's majority of baby mamas. And let's just be real with it. You're not gonna get the same treatment as a wife would, you know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't have the same expectations as a wife should, being a baby mother. For the simple fact, if I didn't make that child out of love, well, guess what? I don't love you. So if I don't love you, don't expect me to treat you like a queen, because you're not my queen. You may be somebody else's queen, but you wouldn't be my queen. So don't expect me to treat you like a queen if you just a baby mama. So with that being said, women, don't let men just make you baby mamas, because as we can see, a lot of this stuff comes back on us in the future. You know what I'm saying? Some people are blessed to literally, have somebody that care about them, and you have their best interest even though they didn't make it. But that's not gonna be all the situations. I like to give this example. Let's say if I had 5 different baby mamas. Let's say I was abusive. Let's say I was, not attentive to the kids, not attentive to the mother's emotions. I'm considered a dog. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make those kids out of love, so I might not be the best father. But then let's say as time go on and I started paying more attention to me and what fits me, I meet a woman that I really love, I really adore, I really cherish. You know what I'm saying? This woman helps me see myself. She brings the best out of me. She's encouraging to my nature. And that's something that, I'm going to have a conversation on, being encouraging to a person's nature. Because that's something in its own entirety. But yes, if this woman is encouraging to my nature, she's influential like this to me, and then I marry her and I have children from her. And we see it. 9 out of 10, them children in that household gonna get treated 10 times better than my outside children. Know why? Because I made them children out of love with my wife, their mama who I married. Matter of fact, I ain't even had them until I married their mama. Versus my 5 different baby mamas, shit, they don't even know where I'm at. If I had 5 baby mamas, they don't even know where I'm at. My children gotta reach out to me. They calling me. I'm even when I'm trying to get it right mentally. You know what I'm saying? When I know I need to do right, it's harder. As to them children, it's on the inside of that house with me every day, with me and my loving wife. they get the world from me. As a matter of fact, I got 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Cause my baby say she want a Mercedes-Benz when she get 16. Her daddy gonna buy one. Yeah, as to the mother children at 26. Listen, man, daddy was messed up when, he wasn't in the right mind. I was out there chasing on women, man. Y'all know, I just want you to understand. Shit, my heart is over there in the house with them chilling anyway, with my wife at, who I love unconditionally. So we have to be mindful of this, man. When we going out there having a good time, bringing people back home, sleeping with them, you ain't wore no condom, and you get pregnant, hey, man, it's a chance that that man might not be in that child's life. You know how dudes do. You know how, and I ain't gonna exempt myself, because when I was younger, a girl tried to tell me she was pregnant. Guess what my first mind was? Just keeping it real. Flight. Flight and out of sight. So just keeping it real. It was flight and out of sight. I had, of course, when that happens, of course, you want to do better, but when you're not ready for something and you're doing something in an immature mindset, those things could happen. A man could be like that if he's not mature enough, or even women, they're not mature enough. They're calling on responsibilities that they're not ready for. And when you're dealing with responsibilities that you're not ready for, you're dealing with, relationships that not really are relationships. They're just flings. Those type of things happen. So going back to the pick me, movement. Hey, a woman should want to be picked by a man. A woman should want to be adored by a man. A woman should want to be cherished by a man. Some of y'all women ain't delicate. And some of y'all women, want to be harder than men. So you can't expect a man to look at you as a feminine, delicate woman, and you acting harder than he is. He gonna treat you like you hard. One thing I know, when we was growing up as little bitty boys, we played with Tonka trucks. And what you did, your Tonka truck, you throw them across the wall, you stepped on them, you treated them like trash. So if a man visualize you as a Tonka truck, what you think he gonna treat you like? Y'all women call every man bruh and stuff. You already associating him as like you a dude. So guess what he gonna do? In most situations, smash and pass. So we have to be mindful of the energy that we are putting in the universe. We have to be mindful of the positions we putting ourselves in, and we have to be conscious about everything that we do. Pray before you go into it. Before I get me some, every now and then I pray. I say, God, please let this turn out right. I don't want this to turn out wrong. I pray. So yeah, man, this pick me movement, y'all don't start that, because let women who want to be loved by men, who want to be adored by men, do the things to catch those men's attention. Let women who desire true happiness from a man, study a man, to learn a man, to keep that man. Let women who really truly want to grow old with a man, y'all let them be great. Don't stop them because y'all probably in certain positions in y'all life where this is it. Don't stop that woman who got a chance to be happy with a man, feel that true pleasures of being with a man. So let her do what it takes to be with that man. Y'all don't start that. Please don't start that. Now I have a question for y'all. Do y'all remember when we was young, how we used to get whoopings for every little single thing? And the reason why I brought this up, because I was watching Gilly the Kid, who is a podcaster himself, and a music writer, and he was doing a post, and he was talking about how when we was young, how we just used to be chastised, and that was the reason why we had so much respect for our elders, and we had, much respect for each other, during those times growing up, because our parents didn't spare the rod. He was talking about how how people used to just get a whooping for drinking their mama soda out of the refrigerator. which was so true. I remember my mom was in the trailer park. My mom made me go get her a soda around by 9 o'clock. Man, I'm about 8 years old. 9 o'clock at night, I'm going walking down down the head of the trailer park to get my mom a soda, man. So yeah, man, those days were real critical. You been, like you said, you better not touch that soda because you got a whooping about messing with that soda, man. We used to be chastised, man. You can't, can't coming in and out the house, you getting a whooping. You better not, you running that light bill up, man. But yeah, man, those are days when chastising was effective. It was good because we growing up during my times, and I still got respect today. I'm a yes sir, no sir kind of guy. Yes ma'am, no ma'am kind of guy. I hold the door open for everybody. The fortunate, the unfortunate, and all that comes from my upbringing. And my mama was very adamant about that, because her thing is, especially when it came to school, she say, you may not be the smartest kid in the classroom, but if you got the best conduct, the teacher, you know what I'm saying, may side with you. If you about to get a D, she'll give you a C. Why? Because your conduct, your mannerism, is good. It's A1. They can respect, they you have respect for people. They can trust you. Those are the things that mannerism shows and reflects. So all that came from sometimes tough loving. I never forget my mama whooped me so bad, man. I had a viewing. People were coming to see me like I was on my deathbed. I thought I was hearing music like, That's how people were coming to see me. I won't never forget my auntie was standing at that door. She was standing at the door watching me while I had electric fans all over me blowing. I was in my drawers. My mama whooped me with that stanchion car. But I deserved it. I'm not saying my mom was an abusive woman because I deserved it, man. I'm a happy person. And I thank my mama. Matter of fact, I call my mama to this day, and I thank my mama for them butt whippings, man. I do. I'm not exaggerating. I thank my mama for chastising me. I literally thank my mother for chastising me. I thank her for being hard the way she is. Matter of fact, it was so effective to even my friends talk about how, they learned from my mother's discipline. They wish they had my mama's discipline in their life. What they say, G shit. I'm dead honest. So discipline was very good for me, man, because I don't know where I would have been at if my mama wasn't, that drill sergeant. And everybody know my mama, so I don't know where I would have been at if my old G wasn't that drill sergeant, man. And I thank her for that, man. And discipline is very important, man, because it's order. Without order in your life, your life gonna be chaotic. Let's just keep it a buck. Your life is gonna be chaotic without order. And the order comes from discipline. Some things you may want to do, you gotta have that discipline. No, man, that don't work for me. That's not gonna be successful for me. Some things you may want to, attend to, you may say, nah, you know what? That's gonna corrupt my spirit. You have to be mindful of those things because you don't want things that allows you to be, so free-willed and free-spirited to draw in to you so much of this negative. It's almost like mucus. When mucus builds up so much, it attaches itself to all these bacterials and things that's, and particles that's in the air that's definitely not good for our body. So now you're dealing with other ailments that's coming from that mucus that's inside of you because of the buildup. Now, if you would have just been drinking your tea, like I always tell y'all, you'd have been taking your Theraflus and whatever you do to get the mucus out, you wouldn't have that congestion. And see, when your life is, not have order, you're gonna be congested because you're gonna just invite so much this and that into your life to where it's gonna draw forth confusion. Then confusion draw what? Conflict. Conflict causes demises. and we don't want demises. So we have to be mindful, you know what I'm saying, how we are relating to the energy that, like I say, we're inviting into our lives, you know. So that definitely comes with being disciplined. Discipline is not always easy, but it can be a learned behavior if you had it at a certain point of time in your life, which most of us who have received discipline and live an ordered lifestyle, that discipline started when we was children. So parents that's listening to this, discipline your kids, man. And I ain't telling them to go ape shit like my mama did sometime. But I am telling you, get on them, stay on them. Take them to somebody that is a disciplinarian. They'll respect that person, and they gonna love you for doing it. But discipline is very important, man, because it creates structure. Structure puts a person in a position to where they are prioritizing themselves. We need it. We need to be able to be structured. We need to be able to prioritize ourselves. So I hope somebody really understand that, man. And y'all put in the comments, man, the worst whooping y'all ever got, man. And how that whooping shaped y'all life, man. Y'all new YouTube subscribers, y'all hit that subscribe button. Everybody else, y'all hit that like button. I hope y'all had a wonderful day, and I hope y'all having a wonderful weekend. Y'all going to Monday, you know what I'm saying, fresh, charged, and ready to go. I look forward to hearing from y'all in the near future. I look forward to presenting it to y'all new information in the near future. Until then, y'all pray for me and not pray on me. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day.